The High School Sports Beat is brought to you by Alfred State College, where within 6 months of graduating, an astonishing 99% are working or furthering their studies. At Alfred State, they stress project-based learning, where students work on real-world problems and learn how to think, not what to think. Visit alfredstate.edu.
Sports. It's who we are. It's what we do. It's how we roll. It's wins and losses, highs and lows. It's effort, respect, and dedication. The High School Sports Beat. Sports. It's who we are.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the High School Sports Beat brought to you by Alfred State College. I'm Dave Yates. We begin our look at Section 5 sports this week with our opening story, brought to you by Sticky Lips Barbecue and Juke Joint. Sticky Lips Barbecue Juke Joint, New York State's largest barbecue restaurant right here in Rochester. See our menu and live music calendar at StickyLipsBBQ.com. Sticky Lips BBQ, Jefferson Road in Henrietta. We start this week with a special look back at one of our top stories from our very first season. The Jefferson-Franklin boys soccer team was not like other teams in Section 5. In fact, they more closely resemble a United Nations team. Here's Bill Puckle from October of 2011.
It is a high school soccer team unlike any other in these parts.
Hello, my name is Lamin Tarawali, and I'm from Sierra Leone.
Hi, I'm Johnny Vo, and I'm from Vietnam.
Hello, my name is Morgan Kapoor. I'm from West Africa, Liberia.
My name is Arthur Blay, and I'm from Liberia.
Hey, this is Ahmed. I'm from Baghdad, Iraq. I've been in USA like for 3 years.
Hello, I'm Bariza Wawa. I'm from Nigeria.
Rochester has become a popular destination for refugees from around the world seeking a better life. Rather than disperse these kids throughout the city's school system, they come to Jefferson. The 20 representing the Jaguars soccer team hail from 13 different countries.
They come from places where there's nothing, and they come here and they have things, and it's really amazing to see them just adapt. They want to do this, and I use this as a means for them. Well, no, you got to stay in school. You got to do your education. You got to get that stuff too. You just can't be soccer. But if you want them to, it'll be soccer 24/7 for them. It really will be. It really will be.
12 arrived from Africa.
My native country is a beautiful country to be, But Sierra Leone is like a country that can turn bad in the blink of an eye. Being in Sierra Leone, being from Sierra Leone, is really good. I'm proud of being a Sierra Leonean, but it's like, thank God for coming to America for like a better change for us. God gonna help us like build a better future for the ones that are back home,
Soccer started way back in Africa. We love soccer to the fullest. We really love playing soccer. Like we play soccer with no shoes back home. So the game, we just love the game.
This is a challenge because some people got different backgrounds, and it's like they're not used to talking the way we talk to them, but this is a challenge to me.
Bariza Warwar grew up in Nigeria as a defender. He is now the Jefferson keeper.
Come on. Hey, don't beat the ball in the middle. Come on.
Got so much different people, teammates, like different part of country. Like me, I'm from Nigeria, and I got like Liberians, Americans, Asians. Just fun, like meeting all different kind of people. So I like it.
At all time.
The combined Jefferson-Franklin team hasn't lost a game this season, isn't likely to. Included in their first 9 victories was the first ever win over McElwain. Still, this isn't as much about soccer as what the sport can help these guys accomplish. It's a means to an end.
Initially it was soccer first and schooling second, and that's really where I had to explain to them that American dream that everyone speaks about. Without the college degree, you're going nowhere. So once we got that instilled in them, then the soccer was always there.
That's the way soccer is important to me. It's the second most important thing to me because my school is the first and the soccer is the second.
The players on the soccer team and the students at Jefferson are getting an opportunity few with their roots can even imagine. And they know it.
I am so blessed to be here. This is a blessing for me, my friends, and the team. So we are so happy to be here. Yes.
Yeah, we having fun because like it's fun to play with all those guys. Like those guys are like we from the same country, like Africa. We are from Africa, and we be having so much fun together.
Coming up next, Matt Trabold joins us for the Dunkin High School Notebook. We'll have that when the High School Sports Beat, brought to you by Alfred State College, returns.
This cinnamon sugar pumpkin latte looks amazing.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, I wish I were this creative.
Oh, I'm not that creative.
Oh, wow. Did you just carve this?
I did, yeah.
Try our new signature latte. It's all things pumpkin at Dunkin.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the High School Sports Beat, brought to you by Alfred State College. I'm Dave Yates. It is time now for the High School Notebook, brought to you by Dunkin. America runs on Dunkin. And joining us once again this week is Matt Trabold. Matt, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
Well, Matt, we are in the heart of sectional football playoffs. Let's talk about some of the good teams that are going right now and the great matchups that are coming up.
Yeah, so East is what I looked at right now, and it's such a big deal because mid-season they play Arcadia. It's a 5-point game. They barely squeak by. The Titans don't have their star running back in Cayman Crumity, so obviously that seemed a much more close matchup. But when it comes to sectionals, what a difference a month makes. They clobbered the Titans 50-8. And Freddie Brock is really a microcosm of this run they've been on. I think East has been a red-hot kind of stretch since, I would say, maybe week 4. UPrep, they come back and beat them with what they did in the second half. And Freddie Brock, first couple weeks of the season, he had a lot of issues in the first half of games in terms of fumbling the football. He had some trouble in terms of scoring before halftime, but he's not having that problem right now. We're talking in the first 140 of the Arcadia sectional game, and he had 2 untouched touchdown runs. This kid is really showing as a whole team, he's really at the forefront of it. They are a whole new team right now. I think Arcadia is going to be fine going forward, but yeah, East.
They are something to watch, that's for sure. They're a fun team to watch. They got a lot of skill on that team, a lot of speed. It's just a well-balanced offense, that's for sure. What are some of the other teams and some of the other brackets that you're looking at?
So I'm going down a little bit to Class D. So Batavia, Notre Dame. Don't look at the first 2.5 quarters against York in their sectional quarterfinal game because that was a game very emotional. They have a lot of bad blood history going on with those two teams. They didn't score until 5:30 left in the third quarter, but when they started scoring, Batavia Notre Dame wowed. This is a team you watch, and they have so many elite talents. Yes, they're a private school, but still you're thinking to yourself, oh yeah, this is a Class D school. I mean, their front line, offense, defense goes 6'2", 6 feet, 6'5", and 6'7", Keith Sapansky. And then Jed Reese is a kid who's been more of a big name in terms of hockey over the past few years, but he's their main running back right now. And the kid wows with spin moves. He really has every juke move in the book. Coming out of the backfield, they have a couple quarterbacks that play. They have the sophomore, more traditional style, and Colin McCulley, and then the usual starter in Gavin McDonald, more of a dual threat, and it works so well. Batavia Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, must watch.
Sounds like a whole bunch of loaded weapons on that one as well. Now, you mentioned UPrep earlier and their loss to East, but this is a team that seems to be regaining some stride. And it's a newer program, a young program, and one that is definitely starting to establish itself.
Yeah, UPrep is rolling right now. You look back at a stretch of 2 games, 1 week. They beat Bishop Kearney a whopping 98-0 combined score, which is a big deal because, yes, Bishop Kearney was the 8th seed. To a certain degree, they deserve to be the 8th seed, even though they played a pretty tough schedule. But they have UConn running back commit Nate Carter. So when you look at that, it's a very legitimate feat, beating by that many points. And they're really getting the job done, not just by scoring a lot of touchdowns, but long touchdowns, 40, 50, 60, 70 yards. And they mix in plenty of special teams touchdowns. Against East, they had 2 first half return touchdowns. And then you also mix in plenty of defensive touchdowns. They had 2 pick sixes against Bishop Kearney the first go around. And they, kind of like East, kind of like a smaller team in Batavia Notre Dame, have really been experimenting with 2 quarterbacks. Jamari Johnson in the East game, week 5. They had him come in. He's a freshman, and Clyde Davis, the usual starter. He got spelled for a little bit by Johnson. Johnson, a little bit more of a pocket presence. He is maybe half a foot taller than Clyde Davis is. He came in, had a couple really good drives throwing the football. So you look at the rest of Class B, Batavia gets upset by Palmac, but Livonia is still there. They have a lot of history of sectional success. I think UPrep still has enough good talent to make up for the fact that you're a young program, I should say, and they don't have a lot of sectional title-winning history and pedigree.
All right. Great stuff, Matt. Thanks very much. Great time of year, too. Back with more of the High School Sports Beat, brought to you by Alfred State College, right after this. Coming up next, the Making the Grade nominee with Kyle O'Gara, and later the Athena boys soccer team visits the Golisano Autism Center. When the High School Sports Beat, brought to you by Alfred State College, continues.
Welcome back, and thank you for watching the High School Sports Beat, brought to you by Alfred State College. Hit the ground running at alfredstate.edu. I'm Kyle O'Gara. Wegmans is a proud supporter of Making the Grade, which highlights the accomplishments of Section 5 student athletes on and off the playing field.
Making the Grade this week is Eastridge senior Austin Schaefer. Austin plays football for the Lancers and has been a part of the team for 3 years, with 2 of those years as a captain. Austin makes his presence on the field known, which earned him a 2018 All-County spot. In addition to dominating on the field, Austin maintains a 95% average in the classroom and is a member of the National Honor Society. Austin volunteers much of his time to help his Irondequoit community and helps with the Junior Lancers football program. This week, Austin Schaefer is making the grade.
If you have a student in mind for our Making the Grade segment, we want your nominations. Send them into mtg@rocksportsnow.com. And now, here's Dave with the McArdle Section 5 Spotlight.
Well, thanks, Kyle. Here are some of the athletes, teams, and coaches making news in this week's Section 5 Spotlight, brought to you by McArdle's in Fairport. Come home to McArdle's. Congrats to Mercy's Julia Andrich, who claimed the Class A2 tennis singles championship after a year spent at the IMG Academy in Florida. Julia looks to once again be a state champion, as she did in 2017. And next fall, she will join Notre Dame's team. The Brighton girls cross-country team won the Monroe County Coaches Invitational, with Eiley Osent finishing 3rd overall for the Barons. Brighton had 4 girls finish in the top 30. And finally, Harley-Allendale Columbia girls cross-country team continued to roll on, winning their 5th consecutive Wayne Finger Lakes Division title, and overall their 91st straight regular season win. Well, coming up next, taking a minute to learn more about autism with Athena Soccer. Well, that story with the High School Sports Beat, brought to you by Alfred State College, returns.
Came now to Eichel. He floated one.
Welcome back, and thanks once again for joining us on the High School Sports Beat, brought to you by Alfred State College. I'm Dave Yates. The Greece Athena boys soccer team took time during a busy sectional week to visit the Autism Up Center last week. The subject is close to the heart of the team, who have Jason McElwain as one of their coaches. We were there with JMAC and the Trojans to tour the Golisano Autism Center. He was viral before viral was a thing. When Jason McElwain came off the bench in 2006 to score 20 points for Athena, Facebook had 12 million users, not the 1.1 billion it has now. Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat didn't exist. But JMAC's story still took the internet by storm.
I was on fire, I was hotter than a pistol.
Not because he never played before that night, but because Jason was autistic. And by doing what he did, he inspired people around the world. Today, 13 years later, he continues to inspire and has become one of the most well-known advocates for people whose lives have been impacted by autism. Part of his outreach is education. That's why he brought members of the Greece Athena boys soccer team to the brand new Golisano Autism Center to give them a better understanding of what the families are dealing with and how this facility can help.
It's just to be aware of what what it's like to be around kids with disabilities, and for them to see that they're ordinary kids too in their own way and special abilities. Not just like, it's not disabilities, you wipe that word out, you wrote special abilities in their own way. And to see how fortunate they are. Because a lot of kids with special needs after high school don't go right to college. They go right to work, and they have to fight for themselves to get jobs. And they have to see that, be aware of how you treat kids with disabilities.
It really opens my eyes to what people and families go through, like on a daily basis, and going through like a regular school day for me. You don't like notice them as much, and it really opens my eyes to like living the life of what they do. So I enjoyed it.
We feel it's extremely important because Jay is a part of the family. So he's with us all the time, day, night, texting, how Jay is. And the boys love him, but we wanted the boys to see what it's really like and, how they are around Jay, but he's really a friend to them, but he's also a celebrity in this town. I mean, he's done things with the SB. He's so generous. He's out in the community with everybody, and it's just bringing the boys into this world and appreciating how lucky they are that they're around somebody like that and how normal they are.
The new facility, which just opened earlier this fall, offers a little bit of everything for anyone who needs it, no matter the age, no matter their needs.
It's a dream come true. It's a dream come true for families. For my family, myself, my son has autism. He's 13. We've been a part of Autism Up for about 10 years now. So to see this all in the flesh, in reality, is a really, really big deal. A lot of emotions walking through this place because, we've had it up here in our mind for what we've wanted for our families for so long, and seeing it and being here and seeing our kids have such a great time and in an accepting environment is just, it's overwhelming.
The numbers show the importance of having young people like the boys from Athena visit. Currently, 1 in 59 children are diagnosed with autism, 1 in 34 boys. These children will be growing up, and having an understanding of the disorder is only going to help in the future.
There's kids that they're growing up around that are in their school that have autism, but it's not just going to be their school. Once they leave school, it's going to be college. And once they leave college, it's going to be the workplace. So we're going to see more and more people with autism. We talk about the spectrum of autism. Some people have greater needs than others, but everybody has some form of ability, but they need to be accepted and included and given opportunities.
The importance of this facility is broader than the services it provides. It also gives a support system and understanding that the families need. It's the type of place that JMAC could only dream of when he was younger, and one that he is thrilled to be a part of.
Imagine what it would have been like to be able to come here as a kid when you were first going through this.
This is unbelievable. When it was like a death sentence back then, and this is just unbelievable that somebody like Beth from those Moms for Autism to get this program going, and then in a facility that's unbelievable for kids with disabilities, for them to feel like they're at home in their ordinary way. They can come and have fun and get educated and to have fun in the process of doing it, and life skills and all that. It's unbelievable to see the improvement of the awareness, and I'm glad that I was a big part of helping that back in 2006, and then still trying to inspire people inspire people with disabilities to everyone.
Jay's a proud kid, or a young man right now. So he's very proud of what he's accomplished. He doesn't really know how big it is, and he doesn't really know how big everybody around him is. So he is just, very proud of showing everybody and, how well he is and how giving back. Jay's a very giving person. So by having that in the community, he's proud to bring as many people here as he can.
Jason was one of the originals because he was given an opportunity, and look what happened, right? So, these opportunities and Jason being a great ambassador for Autism Up out in the community, in school, within his sports teams is an enormous help. But we also need to remember that Jason is just one person with autism, because when you meet one person with autism, you're really only meeting one person. everybody's different. Everybody has something to bring to the table. We just need to give them the opportunities to do so. And Jay's always been a great friend, and I know that he will continue to be our champion out in the community and spreading that awareness that's so important.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, especially Alfred State College, for making the Sports Beat possible. We'd also like to thank the athletes, teams, and coaches in Section 5. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week.